On today's recap and review of AEW Dynamite, MJF faces off with Will Ospreay, the start of the Owen Hart tournament, someone actually wins an eliminator match, and more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to another video. Hey, thanks for over 200 subscribers. You guys are the best. Anyways, let's get into the show. Things kick off with a huge match between Rush and MJF. We got the return of Seth Rollins and the in-ring return of MJF in the same week. We're eating good. For how much they were building up this feud, I was expecting it to be on a pay-per-view, so I was crazy hyped to see this on a normal show. Rush definitely had him beat when it comes to intensity. He started to throw him around outside, flipped him off the ring apron, and even started whipping him with a rope when the ref wasn't looking, which kind of makes me wish this was a no disqualification match. MJF turned it around with a crazy lariat, and after a while, finished him off with a brainbuster for the 1-2-3. After the match, he gets called out by Hechicero, who will be his opponent for Forbidden Door. I don't know. He's from CMLL and faced Bryan Danielson a couple of months ago. Great match, and I love to see MJF back. This gets an easy A tier. Next, we had a face-off between Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay ahead of their AEW World Championship match at Forbidden Door. Will Ospreay claims he's the best wrestler in the world, but Swerve brings up that the Don Callis family interfered with Will Ospreay's match last Forbidden Door to help him beat Kenny Omega. Ospreay defends himself by listing off all the amazing wrestlers he's beaten since then, and tells Swerve, while you had a hit row, I had a hit list, referencing Swerve's old group in the WWE, Hit Row, which had the one and only Top Dollar in it. It's so crazy that not too long ago, these two were in the exact same position. So in an alternate reality, Top Dollar is definitely AEW World Champion. Swerve comes back by saying Ospreay hasn't sacrificed enough to be the best, saying he doesn't have any friends because he's put them all in the grave. Poor Nana stands there nervously hearing this. Swerve tells Ospreay he needs to sacrifice the love of his wife and son. Ospreay, not happy, warns Swerve to never mention his son's name again, but Swerve doubles down, saying he wants to make it personal. These two are so talented, everyone knows that, and this just makes things 100 times better. This is the most excited I've been for an AEW World Championship match since All In last August. After that, we got an 8-man tag match with Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, and Dante Martin going up against Roderick Strong, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Zack Sabre Jr. So this match was basically what we did last week, but just added 2 more guys in there. I know in pro wrestling, there is a lot of factors that go into making a good match. You know, for example, storytelling with an injury angle. But with me, I have a weak spot for chaotic non-stop action. So if you put 8 of your best wrestlers in one match and let them go crazy, I'm gonna love it. Not a second away from an amazing moment, and you love to see the good guys win. A tier. Then we had a tag team championship eliminator match with the Acclaimed going up against the Young Bucks. The best part was at the start, when Max Caster started to do his usual rap, but the mic cut off for seemingly no reason. Then suddenly, Okada appeared on the Jumbotron, fake crying and apologizing for pressing the wrong button, only to call them It sounds ridiculous, but I found it hilarious. This match went pretty normally until halfway through, where Anthony Bowens had to clutch a 1v2, which he somehow managed to survive, possibly due to it being Pride Month, giving him extra powers. Towards the end, Nick Jackson accidentally hit his brother with the title belt, before being launched out of the ring, allowing the Acclaim to finish Matt off for the 1-2-3. Someone in AEW actually won an eliminator match. Am I crazy, or has it been a really long time since that's happened? It probably happened like 2 weeks ago, watch. Decent match, so it would go in B tier, but I am extremely happy that someone won this kind of match, so I'm bumping it to A. Next, it was a contract signing for the AEW Women's World Championship at Forbidden Door between Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm kind of burnt out with Toni Storm's reign. Mina was super entertaining on the mic, saying things like, no one wants Toni anymore, Toni's gone soft as champion, and before they were cut off by Saraya and the Outcasts, even making Mariah May choose whose side she's on. I did like that Toni Storm stood up for Mariah here, but then she says, you don't want Toni Storm? Well, this buffet is wide open, so get a bowl and line up. What the f does that mean? Anyway, I like that Saraya brought Anna Jay into the Outcasts, and I really hope that she wins back the AEW Championship after Toni eventually wins at Forbidden Door. D tier for Toni D'Angelo. Then the women's Owen Hart tournament kicked off with Kris Statlander defeating Nyla Rose. It was a pretty good match, especially with that pile driver to end it. Usually when someone's opponent rolls out of the way of a 450 splash, they land on their feet, but Statlander straight up face planted, and I totally respect that. This match is getting an A tier. I want you guys to know that these tier lists are purely subjective. Kris Statlander is my favorite, so she could have fought, James Ellsworth, and I would have given it the same ranking. I really like Serena Deeb, but I need her to lose so I can see Willow versus Statlander in the semifinals. After that, Daniel Garcia beat up another jobber. I get that he wants to fight Will Ospreay for the international title, so we're gonna have to wait till after Forbidden Door to do that match. But I'd at least like him to face some higher level opponents, to build up that championship match a little better. However, things got wild after that match. The old Mogul Embassy attacked Garcia, and since Hechicero was out there, MJF didn't hesitate to get in the fight. But he was kind of outnumbered, so he gets placed in this nasty lock. But Will Ospreay rushes out to make the save. After they fight off the Embassy, they finally come face to face. I'm gonna be real, I'd give my dog away to see this match. These two are the biggest stars in the company. Up until this moment, I wanted Swerve to retain at Forbidden Door, but if we can get Will Ospreay versus MJF for the AEW World Championship at All In, I'd be unbelievably hyped. Finally, it was time for the main event. Claudio versus Pac to start off the men's Owen Hart tournament. Look how insanely hyped Claudio got Pac with this uppercut. And that short sequence of him rolling out of the shooting star press to hit a running uppercut was so good. Pac did a springboard moonsault off the top rope to the outside. Claudio did his classic swing. This match was fantastic, ending in a back and forth roll-up that could have gone either way, with Pac coming out on top. A tier. I feel like I put a lot of A tiers in this video. I should probably space it out a little bit better. After the match, Claudio seemed pretty unhappy with the outcome. I've seen a lot of people saying this is teasing a heel turn, but me personally, I think he was just being a little sassy. Anyways, that was my recap and review of AEW Dynamite. Subscribe for videos on Raw, Dynamite, and SmackDown. And as always, thanks for watching, cool guy.